Female singers in the 80s were some of the most iconic and legendary figures in music history. From Whitney Houston to Madonna, these strong and accomplished women captivated audiences with their powerful voices, unforgettable performances, and songs. Let's take a look at the 20 best female singers of the 80s. Tina Turner, the charismatic queen of rock and roll, is the first on the list. Tina Turner's career spans over 50 years, with her most successful period being the 1980s. She is a multi-Grammy awardee and one of the best-selling artists of that time. With her hit album, Private Dancer, Tina captured hearts worldwide with her beautiful throaty vocals, stunning legs, and her outspoken personality, and one of the greatest performer of all time. Gloria Estefan, bringing Cuban culture to the world of pop music. Estefan is widely considered one of the most popular Latin American singers. Starting as a frontrunner of the band Miami Sound Machine, she shined as a singer in their songs Conga and Anything for You. From there, Gloria's career has been extremely successful, with her being a solo artist in the late 80s, bagging multiple Grammys, and being inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. High vocals and amazing range. That's what Chaka Khan is known for. She started her career in the 70s with the group Rufus, but it was in the 80s when she made a name for herself as a solo R&B artist with her album, I Feel For You. Since then, she has been relentlessly active in releasing albums and touring, with many of her songs receiving critical acclaim. Her hit songs, Ain't Nobody and Through the Fire, are still popular to this day. Metallic music mixed with Bonnie Tyler's husky voice perfectly blended in the 80s to create one of the most distinctive sounds of that decade. She first found success in 1976 with her song, Lost in France, but it was her worldwide hit, Total Eclipse of the Heart, in 1983 that made her an international sensation. Whitney Houston's voice is the standard by which all other singers are judged. A 6-time Grammy awardee, she was one of the world's best-selling artists in the 1980s, with her album Whitney becoming the first album by a female artist to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. With hits such as One Moment in Time, Saving All My Love, and Where Do Broken Hearts Go, Whitney's angelic voice and powerful vocal range were unmatched. A woman with a voice and a philanthropic mission, Lennox is the lead singer of the popular 80s band Eurythmics. She first found mainstream success with their album, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, which featured the titular hit song that helped propel them to stardom. Throughout her career, Annie's talented voice has been her greatest asset, making her one of the most popular female singers of the 80s and winning multiple awards along the way. An English singer-songwriter and musician, Kate Bush found critical and commercial success in the 80s with her album, Hounds of Love, which featured the hit single Running Up That Hill. An unconventional artist, Kate's style of music was a refreshing change of pace in the 80s pop scene. Her willingness to experiment with her sound and write songs on her own made her one of the most respected female singers of the decade. Dancing, singing, and acting have always been Paula Abdul's thing. Her career started as a choreographer for popular artists such as Janet Jackson and George Michael. However, it was in the late 80s when she shot to fame as a pop singer with her debut album, Forever Your Girl, which has sold nearly 7 million copies. No one is too young to start creating music and take the world by storm. This was proven by Debbie Gibson when she released her debut album Out of the Blue at age 16, making her the youngest female artist to write, produce, and perform a #1 single on the Billboard chart with Foolish Beat. Gibson continued to enjoy commercial success in the following years, with her album Electric Youth becoming a double platinum success. The queen of Motown, Diana Ross, is a living legend in the world of music. It was in the 80s when she found a new level of success, with her album Diana becoming one of the best-selling albums of that decade. Her hit songs Ain't No Mountain High Enough, I'm Coming Out, and Upside Down are still popular to this day, thanks to Diana's powerful vocal performance. Being known as a country pop crossover pioneer, Dolly Parton has had a big impact on the music industry. She first found success as a partner of Porter Wagoner in the 60s and 70s, but it was in the 80s when she made a name for herself as a solo artist. With her album Heartbreaker becoming a huge success, Dolly has since then released many more albums and starred in films, cementing her status as one of the most famous country singers of all time. Today, she is one of the richest musicians in the world. The queen figure in pop music, Madonna is one of the most successful female recording artists of all time. Her best-selling album is Like a Virgin, which featured the hit song of the same name, hinting innuendos to romance. Being a unique and liberated artist, Madonna has always been pushing the envelope and breaking boundaries. Her award-winning music played a crucial role in the sound of the 80s. Grace Jones' new wave in the 80s had become more popular, and electronic music had slowly been taking over the industry. Fusing pop, reggae, and art rock, Jones found enormous success. Her hits, Pull Up to the Bumper, and Slave to the Rhythm, showed her musical versatility, which helped her stand out from other artists of that time. Pat Benatar dominated the rock scene in the 80s. With her powerful vocal delivery and great songwriting skills, she released a string of hits that have become classics in the rock genre. Songs like Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Love Is a Battlefield, and We Belong are still being played on radio stations today. As a multi-awarded artist, Pat Benatar definitely deserves a spot on this list. Cyndi Lauper is widely known for her catchy, feel-good pop songs. Her debut album, She's So Unusual, was a huge success, with the lead single, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, becoming an anthem for female empowerment. She also had other hits like True Colors, Time After Time, and She Bop. Her distinctive singing style has earned her numerous awards over the years. Her gentle voice and infectious smile made Olivia NewtonJohn one of the most popular female singers of the 70s and 80s. She first found success in country music before venturing into country pop and pop. Olivia is best known for her hits Physical, Have You Never Been Mellow, and I Honestly Love You. She has also starred in the musical film Grease, which further boosted her popularity. Belting out high notes and delivering powerful ballads, Celine Dion has become one of the most successful female singers of all time. She is best known for her songs, My Heart Will Go On, Because You Love Me, and The Power of Love. A multi-awarded, best-selling, and highly influential artist, Celine Dion has dominated not only the 80s, but the entire music industry because of her full, warm, and powerful voice that has a 5-octave range. Closing out this list is the Irish singer Sinead OConnor. She became popular in the 80s with her debut album, The Lion and the Cobra, and solidified her place among the most famous Irish singers of all time. Her most successful single is a cover of Prince's Nothing Compares to You, which topped charts all over the world. Throughout her career, Sinead OConnor has shown her versatility as an artist, experimenting with different genres like rock, pop, and R&B. In conclusion, these are just some of the female singers who made a huge impact in the music industry in the 80s. From pop to rock to R&B, these women have shown their great talent and have given us some of the most catchy and unforgettable songs of that decade.